You know how there's this discussion around distinctiveness versus differentiation. I think what gets underappreciated is that it's very different when you're a big brand and a small brand. So for me, small brand, yes, you can go after, like you said in the Salesforce example, you can go after a niche audience. Yes, you can use differentiation to your advantage. Is that sustainable in the long term? No, unless you're like making really good gains. And then you use that building block to then expand and expand and expand in these sort of layers until you become one of those top two on the list. But to get there, I find is a very different strategy and discussion to maybe what some people discuss around this very binary argument, like, no, it's distinctiveness.
It's a dumb argument.
Yes.
It's a very dumb argument because it doesn't reflect the different needs of the company at different stages of its existence. And by different stages of existence, meaning, the fraction of market share you've achieved, how much market penetration you have. But I think that if you're a challenger brand, you've absolutely got to have a real point of differentiation, not to make you different, but to allow you to slice out a well-defined piece of the ICP that you can target so that you can focus all your financial resources on a small subgroup so that you can have an excess share of voice within that subgroup, so that you can speak louder than the incumbents within that subgroup. And some fake differentiation, you see a lot of companies that have just bullshit differentiation. It's got to be a real serious differentiation that is baked into the heart of the technology itself. It cannot be something that marketing layers on later, because the problem there is twofold. One is customers aren't entirely stupid. They will figure it out in about 5 seconds that you're full of crap. And you see a lot of this, we're the number one, whatever. It's like, yeah, and you have 0.1 market share.
Number one leading, whatever.
Yeah, number one leading, whatever, yeah. and those are bullshit differentiation things that were, hacked together by marketing long after the product was done. Again, you go back to Salesforce. They knew what their differentiation was before the first line of code was laid down. It is baked into the very foundation of the product. So you've got to have that level of differentiation at the product development phase. And then marketing needs to understand that and reflect that. But again, the point is that if you don't have a really clear point of differentiation, you don't have any way to segment your target audience, to slice out in a very clear way so that you can target them with advertising and messaging exactly who you want to spend money on to take your message to. If you're not able to do that, if your point of differentiation cannot lead you to clearly see exactly who you need to take the message to, and to be well enough defined that you can actually take it to them, there are mechanisms to really reach just those people and not waste your money on other people. It's a financial optimization strategy more than it's a marketing strategy. It's how do I take, my very small amount of money and put it all on, number 26 on the roulette wheel.
Yeah.